He showed a touching character trait and good manners. She got attracted to him, went on several dates, and eventually ended up in a relationship with him. He showed her love.
Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.
Once upon a time in a village called Insu, there lived a lady named Joanna. Just as it is the dream of every young lady to have a family of her own, Joanna also had dreams. She began having these dreams and wishes at a very early age of 17. I am guessing the question on your mind would be why a young lady would have such motives, especially at that young age. There could have been numerous reasons, but on her part, she had only one reason. It was to leave her father's house as soon as possible. Her home was basically occupied with her father, his wife, who is their stepmother, and 4 siblings, of which she is the eldest. For reasons unknown to her at that very young age, she was maltreated by her stepmother, who initially came in as an angel, but only ended up showing her intended character. Prior to her presence, Joanna's father understood them and loved them. He protected them and always made himself available so they could bond as one happy family. She had that understanding and hoped that her father would forever be the coolest guy ever in her life. All of these washed away when they had their new mother. His father never defended her again. Even when she was obviously right, he stood by his wife no matter what. What seemed like a loving father's chronicles switched up fast. Fast forward, as the years went by, she began to entertain the idea of leaving home to her husband's house. Her reasons were basically two: to escape the harsh realities at home, and also have a man of her own to protect her just as her father protected his wife. At a forward age of 20 years, she met a gentleman named John. He showed a touching character trait and good manners. She got attracted to him, went on several dates, and eventually ended up in a relationship with him. He showed her love. May I include here that her understanding of love then as compared to now was shallow, very shallow. Back to her ordeal, their relationship lasted for 4 years and they decided to get married. She was so excited since that's what she has wanted at a very tender age. She felt this was finally her escape. They got married with so much speed, of which she initiated. She moved into her husband's house, and that was the beginning of her woes. John became self-centered. After a few months of marriage, he became the opposite of everything she wished for. He cared less about her, raised his voice intermittently, and some days threatened to divorce her. Joanna could go to bed crying most nights, wakes up in sorrowful mood, had no iota of happiness whatsoever. These events kept recurring until she gave birth to their first child. A child is supposed to bring blessings to parents, right? The birthing of their son made issues worse. It was as if John regretted getting her pregnant. It was like doomsday every day at home. She refused to eat, less and less communication, and came back home very late. At these times, she felt she was going insane. With all her postpartum challenges, she had to go through with John's nightmares also. Their marriage vows meant nothing to him. Every sentence he said as a vow were just words. John lied. His character was very close to the devil. He was the exact opposite of all he showed during their courting stages. It wasn't until their son was about 4 years old when he caught her crying at one corner of the kitchen. With his soft voice, he asked why she was crying, and if his father was the reason. It was at that point when Joanna realized the reality. She came to the understanding that she first of all rushed into getting married. She also realized that she was so much in a hurry to leave her father's house that made her not to do due diligence. Her emotions and feelings were overshadowed, her brain for her strong reasons. She failed to notice all the red flags during their courting stages and went ahead to marry him. She wept watching her son in front of her. John walked on in them. He was of the understanding that she had filled their son's head with lies and untrue stories. John began to physically abuse her until their son intervened. It has been 2 years after that incident. Their son died. He died when he tried intervening. John pushed him and he hit his head to the wall. They rushed to the hospital with their little angel, but he died on arrival. John was arrested, tried, and jailed. Joanna has moved on, but these scars are forever going to stay with her.